Hey guys, how's it going? I'm making this video to explain why I put devil horns on false prophets. If you guys have been enjoying the videos, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. God bless. Alright, so I got this comment on my video yesterday, and I wanted to make a video response to it because I'm sure some other people have this question. This guy said, "Well, it's not just him, you put devil horns on lots of people. Don't you think it's possible that Christians can have a flaw in their theology and not be a false teacher?" This guy even agreed with me in his original comment, saying that he agrees these people are wrong, but he doesn't understand how severe this is. I'm going to put my response on the screen here. These people who preach a false gospel are leading people to hell. They're murdering people spiritually on a mass scale, because if somebody gets a false gospel of works salvation, they're not going to get saved by grace. They're always going to be unbelievers because they're not going to believe Jesus Christ promised that whoever believes in him will have everlasting life. And this is a main issue because it's the gospel. It's life or death and heaven or hell. If somebody gets the gospel wrong, they're not a brother in Christ. They're not just a little bit off. They're a false prophet bastard that's literally killing people and leading them to hell. Galatians 1:8-9 reads, "But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed." The Apostle Paul said it twice to show how important this is. If anybody preaches a false gospel, let them be accursed. Let them go to hell. No, they're not just a little bit off. They're not just a little mixed up in their theology. They are false prophet goats. They're not brothers in Christ. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11. "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. The people I expose are the ministers of Satan, aka the ministers of righteousness, because they preach righteousness, but they preach man's righteousness. And it says their end shall be according to their works, because that's all they have. They teach work salvation. They don't have Jesus Christ's imputed righteousness. They have their own works. These people are literally serving Satan. They're not brothers in Christ. They're not just a little bit off. They're preaching a false gospel, and let them go to hell." I call people names because, you know what? There's a lot of name calling in the Bible, and these people need to be warned. The people who listen to these false prophets need to be warned that they're not just a little bit off. They are serving the devil. Deuteronomy 23:2. "A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord." A bastard is an illegitimate child. I call these false prophets bastards because that word means that they're without a father. They are not actually children of the Father in heaven. They're pretending to be, but they're really bastards. And Jesus had some very harsh words against the Pharisees, and he called them names. The Pharisees were the religious leaders of Jesus' time, and the people I expose today are the religious leaders of our time. They're the modern day Pharisees. They're hypocrites. They teach works salvation when really they're still in their sins. They haven't stopped sinning, but they tell other people they need to stop sinning to be saved. It's hypocrisy. People who preach works salvation are enemies of the cross. They deny that Jesus Christ's sacrifice was sufficient to save us. They think they need their filthy rags to save them. In the Bible, there's some imprecatory prayers that are used against the enemies of God. Psalm 55:15 reads, "Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them." Psalm 35:8 reads, "Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. So guys, it's important that we realize that this is no small matter. This is life or death, heaven or hell. A false gospel damns souls to hell. And to answer the question, why do I put devil horns on people and call them names? Because I want people to know and be warned that these people are serving Satan. They're not brothers in Christ. They are not part of Jesus Christ's sheep. They're goats. That's what the Bible calls them, goats. And they're bastards too. God bless you guys. Have a good one.